Let's all laugh at an industry that never learns anything. Tee hee hee.
Now, I don't want this to count for today's video or tomorrow's video, but I figured I'd give you a heads up as to what happened and what was supposed to happen. You see, the plan was to mix up the Dragon Age Inquisition videos with videos of the newly released Earth Defense Force 6. Now, I did get Earth Defense Force 6, and I've even already played a little bit of it, but unfortunately, I had to refund the game. The reason for this is when I ran Earth Defense Force 6 for the first time, Epic Game Store popped up on my computer, and it installed something. Now, I had no idea that this was going to happen beforehand, so this caught me off guard. And before I could, exit out of anything, the Windows had gone away, and the game booted up like normal. Now, for me personally, that was the end of it. I wasn't planning on playing with other people right away. I wasn't sure who was going to be available at that time or if they would want to play or not. So I loaded into offline, single player, and started playing on hard mode by myself. I played for a little over an hour, obviously less than 2, and, the game was great, shaping up to be one of the best in the series so far. But after I had ended my first session, I started seeing the reviews and people in Discord complaining that you needed to have an Epic Game Store account in order to do any type of online multiplayer. And I was like, why? Why? They've never done this before. Well, it turns out that the reason for this is they decided that they were going to add crossplay. And apparently they didn't learn their lesson when Helldivers 2 pulled this same sort of stunt. Nowhere on the store page did they announce that Epic Game Store was even involved with their game in any capacity, let alone that it was going to automatically install some software. I still don't know what it is exactly onto my computer. And as you can see by this image here, people are furious about it. Now, in the time in between then and now, they put out a little bit of a statement saying that they didn't mean to be deceptive and that they should have put up some information about it, and they've explained why the Epic Game Store is required for the crossplay, but obviously that is not enough. When we talk about video games and the things that they pull, this is also a part of the problem and something that needs to be addressed. This is the sort of thing that people need to lose their jobs over, to be completely honest with you, because like I said a little earlier, the game was actually good. It was shaping up to be the best in the Earth Defense Force franchise. Now they're sitting at negative. Anybody who would have given this game a try isn't going to anymore, and I can't even blame them. Now, a part of me could go back and play Earth Defense Force 5 or EDF 4. I'm not going to do that. I mean, I already played through 4 on console, and I have been meaning to go through 5, but when you have your mind set on something and it disappoints you like this, you kind of just want to move on to something else. And that's what I'm going to have to do, unfortunately. This is going to cost them dearly moving forward. And it should. Because it would have been a completely different situation if people knew before they bought the game that this sort of thing was what they were in store for. But that's part of the reason that games are performing as poorly as they are and studios are shutting down. It is intentional deception. Even if it's not intentional deception, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt and say, whoops, they just forgot. It's still deception. The overwhelming majority of people have had enough of it, myself included. So while it is a relatively minor thing, depending on your tolerance for the Epic Game Store, just in the back of my head, knowing that I had no opportunity to stop their software from being installed onto my computer, which may or may not be easy to remove, it's bad. Don't do that. Don't do that. Tell people ahead of time or don't do it. Crossplay is a wonderful thing. It allows many people to play together across different systems. But if this is what you're going to do in order to make it happen, then I'd rather no crossplay. Full stop. I'd rather have nothing. But anyway, that's what's going on with Earth Defense Force. I was really, really excited for that game. And this is what it got me. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in another video.